Tomorrow I'm treating writing like my 9 to 5, and I am so excited. Being a full-time author is like my dream job, to put it very mildly. And I do have a real 9 to 5. I have a real full-time admin job that really, just for obvious reasons, takes up a lot of my writing time. And even though I do technically have, the hours in the morning before work and after work to write, I'm just so drained and tired from my office job that I just don't have the energy to put into my writing. So tomorrow I want to do a little writing challenge where I write for 8 hours. Well, technically it will be 7 hours with a 1 hour lunch break, but I just really want to treat writing like it's my office job for one day. I just think it'll be really fun, and I am currently on a writing deadline. So I'm doing the 75 Hard Writing Challenge. I started it on June 1st. Today is June 6th. And I basically need to get draft 4 of my book, Slay a Bride, done by, I think it was the middle of August. I think that's when my challenge ends. So in 75 days, I need to write that book. So not only will tomorrow be fun in the sense it'll give me a taste of my dream job, it will also be really great for me productivity wise because I will be writing for essentially 7-8 hours straight. So as I basically just said, I'll be waking up super early. I'll probably go to the gym before work, before writing. And then I'll sit down at my desk at 9 a.m. Then I'll keep writing till my 1 hour lunch break, come back to my desk afterwards, and then continue writing until 5 p.m. I think I'll give myself a couple of rules. Normally I do write in sprints, so I tend to do Pomodoro sprints when I'm writing for funsies after work. But I feel like that kind of like defeats the purpose of the challenge tomorrow. Maybe it doesn't. But I think if I'm writing in Pomodoro sprints, and technically I'm taking a 5-minute break every 25 minutes. So instead I want to do something different, and I'm just going to write for like hours at a time. So I'll write in a morning session for a few hours and then write in an afternoon session after my lunch break for a few hours. And I'm really intrigued to see how that goes because it's quite different to how I normally write. Anyway, that was a very rambly intro to this writing vlog. Long story short, I'm going to treat writing like a 9 to 5 tomorrow, and I am super excited. Before we move on to the next part of the video, so waking up for tomorrow's vlog, I'll quickly introduce myself. Hello, my name is Lily. I've been writing for 15 years, and I like to make little writing videos here on authortube. Currently, I'm working on Slay a Bride, which is my vampire romantasy, which I hope to query a year from now. That is all from me for now. I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning. It is now the next day. It has just gone at 9 a.m. I've set an alarm for 8 hours from now, and I'm sat at my desk with my document open. So yeah, I think we're ready to go. Halfway through the morning, and I have written about 1,000 words. My word count at the start of the day was like 4,700, and we're now at 5,753. So I am quite happy with that progress. We're about 2 hours in. It's not as well, I just said I'm happy with the progress. It's not quite as fast as I would have liked for me to be writing at. So my like fastest word count writing time, just for reference, is 2,000 words in 1 hour. Now, more realistically, I can get about like 1,500 words done in an hour on like an average day. But I think my attention span just isn't fully here today. Like I'm not fully present with my writing, even though I am really enjoying the scene. But for some reason, the words are coming out a little bit slower than usual. I don't know if that's because I went to the gym this morning or what, but yeah, I'm not fully hit attention span wise. However, I am really enjoying the morning. And one thing I've been thinking about is how I can really see how authors are able to pump out like 1 or 2 books a year now. For a little bit of context, I have been really like beating myself up for how long it's taken me to write the book I'm currently working on. For
those of you who don't know, I'm working on draft 4 of Slayer Bride, my vampire romantasy, and I've been working on it since 2022. I think it was February 2022 when I first got the idea for the book. And basically it's just taken me years to get to the point I'm at now, working on draft 4. And I think I'll need at least 1 more year of me working on the book for me to get it ready to be, you know, published or queried to literary agents, whatever. So it's taken me quite a long time, and I've been beating myself up about that a bit, and I've been like, you know, how on earth could I be a full-time author if it's taking me this long to write 1 book? Like, there's no way in hell I'll be able to get like 1 or 2 books out a year. But doing this, I think it's made me realise just like how much time full-time authors without a 9-to-5 have to write their books. So I don't think it's like completely impossible that if I was a full-time author that I could pump out 1 book a year, because like I've just written 1,000 words in 2 hours, and whilst it's quite like a slow writing pace for me, it's still way more words I've written a day than I have like over the last several days that I've been writing my book. So basically, long story short, I'm feeling a bit more confident about the pace I'm working on Slayer Bride at. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's quite fun to write at more of a relaxed pace. Normally I write with writing sprints, like Pomodoro style, but today obviously I've stopped myself from doing that, and it's been quite nice just to write and not have a timer in the corner of my laptop screen, like shouting at me and telling me I've only got 5 minutes left to write however many words I need to get written in that writing sprint. I started the morning off with a couple hundred words into chapter 3, and I'm hoping to get chapter 3 done before lunchtime, and then in the afternoon it would be quite nice if I can work on chapter 4, get that finished as well. I think 2 chapters in 1 day would be absolutely amazing. So that's like tentatively the writing goal I'm working towards, but right now I'm mainly focusing on like grounding myself so I can write at a slightly faster pace. So I think that's all I have to say right now, and I'll talk to you guys at lunchtime. I've got about 5 minutes of my lunch break left, but I wanted to hop on here and quickly update you guys on how things are going. Things went really well. Chapter 3 is now officially finished, which I'm so excited about. The manuscript is now at around 7,600 words, which I'm really happy with. I wasn't expecting to hit that word count before the middle of the day, so that is really great. And I think this afternoon my dream target goal would be about 10k in the manuscript, so basically just finishing in chapter 4, which is what we're about to move on to. Chapter 4 is super exciting. It is a chapter where we properly meet the love interest for the first time, so I'm really excited to draft that scene, and this one's going to be like a full-on rewrite from what I wrote in a draft 3. In case you didn't watch my brainstorming video, I've actually spent a lot of time brainstorming the love interest Caden's like character, personality, his behaviour, because I felt like I hadn't really connected with him properly in previous drafts, but now I feel like I really know who he is, so I'm excited to start drafting him and like get to know him properly for the first time. In terms of how I'm feeling about the challenge in general, the 9-to-5 writing challenge, it really just doesn't feel like a challenge at all, to be honest. I just feel like I'm having my dream Sunday, like this is my dream way to spend the weekend. I'm actually strongly considering doing this every single Sunday. It's really amazing because I feel like I'm being super productive, but it's over a long period of time, over 8 hours. So it's just like very relaxed. It's not like high pressure where I know I'm trying to cram in as many words as possible in a 25-minute Pomodoro sprint. It's just really leisurely and fun and relaxing and great for my nervous system, great for my writing. I'm getting so much done. So yeah, I am really strongly considering doing this every Sunday. I'm loving this challenge so much. It's really just reinforced to me that like writing is what I want to do for a career. And, you know, in a dream world, I would be doing this every single day for the rest of my life, even if I'm not getting paid. If I just get to write, great. Writing for 8 hours is definitely the dream.
So I am now officially done. I actually went on for 10 minutes past my timer. So when it was finished, I was just really in the zone with the chapter that I was writing. So rather than just like stopping there and then, I had so much energy in me that I continued writing for an extra 10 minutes. So in the end, I actually ended up writing for 7 hours and 10 minutes as opposed to just 7 hours, not just 7 hours, but you know what I mean. I wrote for a little bit longer. And not only did I finish chapter 4 this afternoon, like I planned to, I also finished chapter 5, which was insane, very unexpected. My total word count is now at 10,885 for my manuscript, and I started the day with 4,789. So basically, I wrote just over 6,000 words. So I am so happy with the progress that I made today. That is way more than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie, I was really flagging this afternoon. I was so tired. There were some points towards the end where, especially like an hour before my timer went off, where I was just really struggling to get the words on the page. But then I ended up getting like a second wind. Like suddenly I just got energy out of nowhere. I think it was when I started working on chapter 5, which just really flowed through me. I'd suddenly got this like second wind of energy and I just felt like I was able to continue. And once I finished chapter 5, I did actually consider writing for a little bit longer and using that energy to work on chapter 6. But in the end, I decided it's probably best for me to conserve that writing energy and to spend it tomorrow when I will need to write again. Overall, I have absolutely loved today. I loved having a long stretch of time to write in. I said this earlier, but it's really just like so much less pressure than those short burst writing sprints where, you know, you start the timer and you just have to like get into the zone straight away. You don't have time to relax, to open the manuscript, kind of like settle back into what you're writing. You have to just like go, go, go and get the words out, you know, any cost. Whereas having a long day, a long work day to like work with basically meant that I had a lot of time to settle in. I had a lot of time to like warm up. So whilst my morning session wasn't as productive as the afternoon, it was still great because I had that chance to get into the writing zone so that I could have a productive afternoon session. And even though it was tiring, like any 9 to 5 is, like you're always going to be exhausted at the end of the day, it's a very different type of exhaustion where I don't feel like something was taken from me. Although I absolutely do. I do actually quite like my 9 to 5 job. So it's not like I feel awful when I get home. I think doing something that is your passion, that is a thing that you want to do, whenever you feel tired and you lose energy from exerting it by writing, I feel like you also gain energy. Like I feel quite energetic right now. I feel like I filled my cup by doing the thing that I love, and I now have this like excitement and this energy in me to do other things. So it's a weird one. Like I feel like you exert energy, but you also gain energy in other ways when you're doing something you love full time. So, long story short, I think I'll be doing a lot more of these in the future. In general, I don't really do much on a Sunday. So, this was actually like a great use of time. So, rather than me just like dossing about doing absolutely nothing, I've done something really productive and that's made me really happy. So, yeah, I think this could be a regular thing I do on a Sunday. Anyway, I think that's all from me today. I'm going to go wind down, enjoy my evening, and get ready for my actual 9 to 5 tomorrow. Although I may be waking up at 5 a.m. to do some writing, but we'll see if I actually end up doing that in the end. I'm thinking of attempting the 5 a.m. writing challenge. So if I do that, a vlog will be coming out soon. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.